In this video, I'm going to explain how you can astral project tonight. So we're going to cover the following: how to project safely, the exact steps that a beginner would need to take to astral project right now, some warnings about astral projection, some extra tips about astral projection, and then a couple of bonus things as well. So before we begin, please make sure to subscribe to the channel because we post weekly astral projection and spirituality videos, and this way you'll always get notified of new content. So stage one. Stage one is all about preparing to astral project, and this is just as important as the actual exit techniques. So the first thing you should bear in mind is that you should start doing this in the early hours of the morning, not at night like most people believe, although you can do it when you first go to sleep, but it's more effective and probably going to be more likely for you to astral project for the first time if you try it in the early hours of the morning, between 3 and 6 a.m. So you need to first create a really relaxed and serene environment in your bedroom. This can be done by doing things like burning incense, having an oil diffuser, turning down the lights, maybe using some mood lighting like some string lights or even some Himalayan salt lamps or things like that. You just really want to create a relaxing place that's going to be very easy to relax in. So then the last part of the preparation stage is you want to actually lay down and relax. You can also sit down, but I find that it's much easier if you lay down flat on your back. Now in stage 2, this is what's known as the hypnotic state. So in this stage, it's important not to move any muscles. You want to make sure that before you enter this stage, and actually before you enter stage 1, you have done everything that you would need to do. You've gone to the toilet, you've had a drink, you've scratched any itches, and you've done everything that you're going to need to do. So in stage 2, you're not going to move any muscles. You're going to relax everything, especially in our jaw and our shoulders, because we hold a lot of tension there without realizing. We're then going to move through hypnagogic imagery. This is where you see patterns, shapes, colours, they all flash around on your eyelids. You're going to try and move through that stage to the vibrational stage. Now the vibrational stage can feel different for different people, but for most people it feels just like your body is either shaking, vibrating, or just it feels very heavy. It can feel like something's pressing down on you, but it won't hurt at any point, and it definitely can't harm you in any way. So what you're going to do is use your mind to move your awareness to your astral body. So this stage can take anywhere from 3 to 30 minutes or even longer sometimes. And it's important during this entire process to not move a muscle. If you want to astral project tonight, it's very important to not move a muscle during stage 2. And what will happen is you will go through what's known as sleep paralysis. And this is where your body paralyzes your muscles ready for a night's sleep. Now, you're not actually going to sleep when you astral project. That's more of a lucid dreaming type experience. With astral projection, you're aiming to separate your astral body from your physical body. And this can be done through various exit techniques, as we'll explain in a minute. But it's very important to not move any muscles, and even if it feels scary, even if it feels like something is pressing down on you, just remind yourself that that's actually the sleep paralysis and it's nothing that's going to harm you at all. So now that you've been laying there for between 5 and 30 minutes, your body's started to vibrate, or you might feel this heavy weight pressing down on you, you can now use what's known as exit techniques or astral projection exit methods, like the rope technique, the swing technique, and there are a few others as well, which I'll make videos about in the future. But really, you just want to focus on visualizing how it would feel to move something that is not a part of your physical body. And this is how you actually exit your physical body. So you can start by visualizing moving your arm. We all know how it feels to move our arm up and down, or to, lift our hand up in front of us. So what you want to do is try and visualize that feeling of lifting your arm up in front of you without moving a single muscle. And what you're going to be doing when you do this is you're going to be visualizing your astral arm moving up in front of you. It will take a lot of practice, and this, by the way, is the hardest part of this entire thing. Everything up until this point is easy. Getting to the vibrational stage, a lot of people can do that their first time, but actually breaking through and exiting your body is something that might take much longer to master. So don't be discouraged. It's meant to be difficult because we've been trained to not do this for our entire lives. We've been constantly programmed by society and by civilization to believe that this is impossible. So like I said, focus on visualizing what it would feel like to move your arm in front of you without moving your physical arm. So just imagine it, see it in your mind's eye, really focus on how it feels and how it looks in front of you. So what you want to visualize is a sort of a blue or a white see-through arm that is sort of vibrational. It's not solid in any way, it's sort of moving around much like a mist would move around, much like an aura. That's what you're trying to visualize here, not a physical hand in front of you. You're trying to visualize an energy, and that's what's going to make up your astral body. So what you'll find is that maybe on the first, or hopefully on the second or first time, you will actually see your astral arm move up in front of you. So really you'll be seeing this with your astral eyes or with your astral awareness. And that, when you've done that, you've done the hardest part of all, which is to actually separate your awareness from your physical body and put it into your astral body. So then once you've done that, once you've moved your arm and you can see your astral arm moving around in front of you, you can then go ahead and move your astral body into the astral realm. It can be as simple as visualizing a rope in front of you, and then you pull on the rope with your astral arm to pull your astral self out of your physical body, or you can visualize just swinging back and forwards really slowly. Whatever technique you use, just make sure that you focus all of your awareness on being in the astral realm. Now we're moving on to stage 3, which is when you've already exited your body, you're exploring the astral plane, and you're always going to be connected to your physical body with what's called the silver cord. This is something that should reassure you that no harm can come to you. You can't get stuck in the astral realm. Even if you've seen horror movies which would make you believe that you can get stuck in this realm, you actually can't get stuck and you can't get harmed unless you are very open to being harmed and unless you let your guard down in that way. So you can explore anywhere, but what will usually happen is during your first astral projection experience, you're probably going to just stick to exploring your room, your house, or at most the street that you live in. Most people actually just report feeling like they're floating above their physical body and they can see themselves laying there. That's the most common thing, and usually, much like in lucid dreaming, your first experience will be so intense and exciting that you'll be instantly snapped out of it and you'll just be brought back into reality and back into the room. This is normal, don't worry about this, okay? I know it can be discouraging, but this will get easier with time. So then you can just return to your body by just following the silver cord or just by opening your eyes. Now, we're now going to go into some warnings about astral projection. So first off, I should warn you that if you've never done this before, when you first astral project, it will feel strange. It will feel very unusual because you're only used to using your physical body. And like with anything, when you do it for the first time, it feels a bit unusual and it takes a bit of getting used to, especially when you're moving through a different dimension, which is really what you're doing when you astral project. So just remind yourself that you can never get hurt during astral projection and you're always connected to your physical body through the silver cord. That's really important to remember. Another warning will be that if you stay too long in the vibrational stage, what will happen is you can get trapped in sleep paralysis. If this does happen to you, try not to panic. I'm going to make another video explaining what to do in sleep paralysis, but just try not to panic and try not to move any muscles unless you really are feeling uncomfortable, in which case just try and open your eyes. So here are some tips for doing this more effectively. Number 1, firstly, you should always try this in the early hours of the morning. It's more effective to do this between 3 and 6 a.m. Although it is possible to do astral projection at any time of day really, it's most effective and most likely during the REM sleep period or when you've just woken up from a long night of sleep, and this usually happens between 3 and 6 a.m. Number 2, try and meditate every day for at least 10 minutes just to try and raise your vibrations and get your self-awareness to be on that high enough level that you can astral project easily. Number 3 will be to take a nootropic. A nootropic is a smart drug that can enhance your cognitive ability, but there are many nootropics now which help you get into what's called the flow state. When you're in flow state, things just seem to go really smoothly, you're more creative, you're more in tune, and importantly, the corpus callosum, which is the bridge between the two hemispheres of your brain, is open and information can flow between them. So usually we're stuck in the left brain, we're stuck in that conditional, critical and logical thinking mode, and we have little access to our right hemisphere, which is associated with being creative and unlocking our natural gifts. By taking a nootropic like MindLab Pro, you can actually unlock this bridge, enter the flow state, and astral projection becomes a lot more likely when you do that. So if you're interested in MindLab Pro, there's a link in the description, go and check it out and see what you think. If you would like more tips on astral projection, I've actually created a free series of email lessons, as well as a free PDF ebook, which you can get by going to the link in the description, or just going to astralhq.com/join. So make sure to subscribe to the channel because I post weekly astral projection videos, tutorials, and sleep hacks, and I'm sure you won't want to miss anything, so turn on the notification bell. And don't forget that I would really like to hear what you think. I'm trying to create a really nice community here around astral projection, so I'd love you to comment below your thoughts and just let me know what you've tried. And if you see other people commenting as well, just try and engage with them and have a little conversation. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.